let's talk about bug out bags real quick. So, lots of information out there on what you should or shouldn't do. And if you go by everything that everyone's telling you, you're going to end up packing, enough stuff to survive for weeks out in the wild. That's not the purpose of a bug out bag, right? Bug out bag is to get from point A to point B alive with exactly what you need to get there, all right? Most of the stuff that you're going to see listed for bug out bags should actually be at your base camp, right? Wherever point B is, wherever you're going to, it should already be there. You should already have a plan. And if you don't, why do you have a bug out bag? There's no point. You're going to pack 50, 100 pounds of gear and throw it on your back, and you're going to walk where? That's stupid. Right? I'm not going to coddle you. It's stupid. It makes no sense. Have a plan. Okay. So, like I said, if you packed all this stuff in there, and listen to all the rhetoric, get a book bag looking bag instead of a military looking bag, so you look nondescript. You're still the idiot walking down the street with 100 pounds of stuff in a backpack. You're going to stand out. So don't believe that either. But get whatever bag makes sense for you, right? If it has the right amount of pockets, feels good, easy to carry, whatever, that's what you do. Okay? If you want to make it flamingo pink, I don't think, in that situation, it's going to make a hill of beans worth of difference if it's, fuchsia or if it's drab green. Just not going to matter. So let's talk about the basics of what you need to walk from point A to point B. Hopefully, point B is not more than 30 miles from point A. That would be the plan, right? 10 miles a day, that's hard to do under stressful conditions. And, if you're having to avoid certain things along that way, 10 miles is a long ways to go. So make sure that point B is someplace close enough that makes sense to you, okay? All right. So again, if you pack like they said, huge, heavy bag. We can't do that. What I'm going to try and do is get it down to one of these bags. But let's talk about the gear, what's in here, and why you would or wouldn't carry any of this. All right? All right, so number one thing out here. You want one of these. All right? It's not a tarp. But I can't think of what it's called right now. Anyway, wool blanket. Wool, as in wool, people, not polyester, not cotton, not anything else. Wool. Wool is the only thing that you can wear that's wet that will still keep you warm. Period. It's been around for thousands of years, folks. It's still the best stuff. A wool blanket. So if you're going to carry all this extra stuff, make sure you're getting the right stuff, right? These little Mylar blankets, right? Okay, yeah, maybe there's some use to this. One, it's going to keep, the rain off you maybe a little bit. Don't put a whole lot of stock into this $1.99 Mylar blanket doing a whole lot for you. But your twine, right? Your paracord. I would highly recommend having that with you. Here we go. Here's an example of stuff. It should just be at your base camp, right? This slingshot, right? Looks really cool. Fishing rod gear here. Weights and hooks and all this stuff. This is hunting equipment, all right? On your bug out, when are you going to have time to hunt? Right? If you have time to hunt, you're not bugging out because you're not going from point A to point B. So just a thought there. This stuff, that you should have it. You should have it at your camp. You should have it wherever you're going. This is not what you carry there in your bug out bag. All right. Things you might want to have. These are just little snap alerts, right? Keep them waterproof. You know, this is way overkill to have this many containers of them. But, you know, maybe put those at your base camp, keep these in your bag, right? So now we got, I need to have that, right? Cooking equipment, same thing here. Great stuff to have at your base camp. It's a luxury item. When you can sit and you can do this hunting over here with this stuff and get you a squirrel or get you a fish, you might want to cook it. It might be nice to have a pan and a little thing to do it in, but this should be at your base camp, not in your bug out bag, because you can't carry that 30 miles. Other little stuff to have. You know, little tool, little flashlight, no problem. Put that in your bag, right? This big machete thing, okay. Hey, there's billions of things like this out there. Everyone's trying to sell you, you know, the next best, you know, multi-use machete tool, whatever, clear the jungle. If I am going through a jungle or a woods, I'm not going to leave a trail using this that a 2-year-old could follow. So, probably not. Mosquito netting for your head. How aggravating is it to walk through the woods and constantly be smacking your face and neck? Okay? This goes in your pile to take. You want that. Alright, water purification tablets. As light as these are and easy to carry, I see no reason not to have them with you in your bug out bag, because something could go wrong with your filter. And that's the other thing, filters, right? Over there in that other bag, and I'll show you later, maybe in another video, I have one of those family size water purification units, right? You need that at your base camp. You don't need it while traveling, right? What you need is a straw, right? So the Life Straw, you know, this is a Frontier Pro version, same concept, you know, quick and easy to use. That goes in your bug out bag. Here's a little item. It's amazing, especially in today's day and age, with all the technology, how few people remember to pack a pen and a little piece of paper. You never know what you might need that for. I can use a little paper to start a fire, right, if needed. But, you know, maybe I need to, you know, write something down, remember something. You know, just, you never know. And as small as something like this is, put it in your bag. All right, food. Again, we were talking about a 3-day trek. Tops. Tops is 3 days. So if you want to get yourself, you know, some of these little survival tablets or something, it's probably the best, easiest thing to put in your bag. Although consider weight, right? So there is some weight to this. It's not, you know, as light as it could be. But I would probably have something like this, maybe even divide this in half, you know, in your bag, depending on how much room you have. But something, some kind of food, some kind of nourishment of some kind needs to be in your bag. So our pile went from all this stuff so far down to this very small pile. And that's what I'm getting at. All right, first aid kit. Yeah, you want a little first aid kit. You're not packing a MASH unit, right? I want to take care of blisters. I want to take care of bug bites, things that could get infected and stop me from being able to travel. That's it. It's point A to point B stuff. If you want, you know, a med kit, a surgery kit, all that stuff, put it at your base unit, wherever you're going to. Remember, have a plan. All right. little knife like this. This is, you know, almost perfect, right? It's just an itty bitty little knife. It has a little fire starter stick included with it. You know, perfect, right? This is all you need. You don't need a machete to hack your way through the jungle, right? You might need a little knife, cut twine with, even comes with paracord or wrapped around the handle, so that eliminates another carry item that I have to have because I have a little bit of paracord there. So little pile there, maybe 5 pounds tops here. Another little knife, yes or no, who knows. This twine file, little extra stuffs, maybe if you have room. The survival matches, I would definitely put that in my bug out bag. This is one of those little kits that has, a compass in it, and a bunch of other little stuff like the, the little magnifier, little tools there, a little can opener, little backup fire starter. Nothing wrong with having that in your kit. You should have a compass with you of some kind, right? It does not have to be a military grade compass. This ain't Vietnam, okay? You don't need to know how many clicks you need to go. You just need a general direction, a heading, how to get to where I'm going. If you have a little compass like this, something similar, it will get you there, okay? That's all that really matters. That's all you're really looking for. A little flashlight. Again, this is not one of those, big, huge ones. Small, compact, perfect, right? The caveat with these things, change the batteries a lot, every 6 months. If it's sitting in a bug out bag in the closet, change the frickin' batteries. Because, you get out there and you actually need this, too bad. Too bad that the batteries are dead. All right, roll of Velcro. Again, good stuff to have, but I would have this at my base camp, not in my bag. This is a little monocular. 20, 30 bucks. Again, this is a luxury item, right? It would be nice to have something you can, spot something out in the distance. So maybe. Very light on weight, only a couple ounces. If I have room, if I'm not sacrificing anything, I'll probably take it with me. Alright, so our pile of stuff, as you can see, is much, much smaller. Right? A canteen. Alright, folks. You may or may not have time to fill your canteen before you go on your bug out. Right? Ideally, if you can fill this canteen and take it with you, do it. It's just smart. If you can't, Okay, all these little items. Just a little Ziploc bag full of stuff. It's got powder, deodorant, Germ-X, even has wipes. Folks, that's for your butt. Sorry, you're human. You gotta go. So, Take those kinds of things into consideration. It's like when you watch these sci-fi shows. They never show a bathroom. Where do they go to the bathroom? It's a basic human need. So consider that in your planning, right? So I wouldn't necessarily take all of this stuff in my bug out bag, but I would probably take the Germ-X. I would probably take the wipes. I'd probably take the chapstick. Deodorant, other things, those are luxury items. Have that at your base camp, not in your bag. Okay, over here we have, the obligatory all-in-one tool. Everyone has to have an all-in-one tool, right? I don't know. It's weight. It's not a whole lot of weight, but it is weight in your bag. There's pros and cons. A lot of people are going to argue have some kind of tool like this. It probably makes sense, and if you have room, if it's not going to be a weight consideration, I would take it, right? Because it has a built-in axe, it has a built-in shovel. Those things could come in handy on a bug out. Last but not least, in this particular bag, we had a gas mask, right? Do you want to take a gas mask with you?
Depends. If you're in a city environment, urban environment, where, depending on the circumstances, there could be tear gas flying. I don't know. You might want to have that. You might want to get, like this one, where it mounts on your leg. So it's not necessarily in your bug out bag, but maybe attach it to your bug out bag and just, sling it onto your leg on your way out the door, right? Again, with stuff like this, it's a luxury item, is not a necessity. If you can carry it, I probably would. I'd probably want to have that, but ideally I would be avoiding the situation where I would need that. Okay, so our pile now is down to this little bit. So I'm going to pack that bug out bag, and then I will come back and show you what that looks like in the final size of that bag compared to the original size of the bag.
Okay, so let's review real quick. So we started out with the 60-pound bag that has everything in it, right? Out of that, we eliminated almost everything. Over here, though, we still have 25, 30 pounds of gear, and we've got it down to a small sling bag, right? This is one of those that even has the you can put the water thing in it with a little straw. But this is just a little shoulder bag, right? And we're talking less than 10 pounds, all right? I can go 60 miles with that bag. I can go 5 miles with that 70-pound bag. That's the difference here. Bug out bag that makes sense, that just has the basics to get you from point A to point B alive. That's it. That's what you need. That's what you should have in your bug out bag. It's that simple. All right, have fun.